Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and this video is going to be my top 10 rares in Raid Shadow Legends version 2.0, so let's get into it. Alrighty, version 1.0 of my top 10 rares, I am making an update with this video. Excuse me. I'm not going to remove the old video. I'm just going to note on tons of different places like, hey, version 2.0 is out, so this one is currently out of date. But I don't want to delete it because I want kind of a progression as the game matures and we move forward. I want people to be able to look back and kind of see how things changed on this tier list. When there's significant changes to be made, I will go ahead and update. I feel like this list is going to be much better than 1.0, and I'm making a few changes. So version 1.0, if you haven't seen, I'll save you having to go back and watch it. It was Aethel, Kael, Galek, Elaine, War Maiden, Banshee, Bellower, Coldheart, Spirit Host, and Executioner. That was 1.0. In this video, in 2.0, I'm going to be removing 4 and replacing them. The 4 that are being removed on the top 10 tier list are Galek, Elaine, War Maiden, and Banshee. So I'll start off with explaining my way of thinking there. Galek and Elaine, I believe, are the lower 2 of the starting options for for your 4 to pick from when you are a new player in the game. I did a video a little while ago ranking the top 4, and I had it Aethel, Kael, Elaine, and Galek. So the fact that they are the bottom half of the starting characters, they're still solid, but I'm going to be removing Galek and Elaine from the top 10 rares. But they are solid champions. They're not bad. And then War Maiden and Banshee are being removed. Banshee just doesn't hit hard enough. I leveled Banshee, got it decently geared, and for some reason it just wasn't hitting hard enough. Now it does have really good AoE. It's supposed to be good for the Spider Den, but Banshee just wasn't hitting hard enough for me to get consistent value and keep her on the list over what she's being replaced with. And War Maiden, there wasn't anything specific. It was just, I found a hero I liked better to add to the list. So getting into this version 2.0, one of the first changes is going to be Apothecary in the High Elves. I believe it was a big mistake to leave Apothecary off in my 1.0. This is a really good rare to get and level up and invest in. The A1 is attacked 3 times at random, kind of normal there. This A2, heal a target ally by 35%. That is a huge single target heal, and it can be critical. So tons of heals there that you can target. And then A3 places 30% increased speed buff on all allies for 2 turns and fills turn meters. And then it has 2 ways to get the 2 skill books that lower the cooldown. So getting that in 3 turns, that is a really good skill. Speed is king in this game, and having this massive heal with this huge speed boost that you can lower the cooldown on is great. The ally or the aura is what it is, not really a huge deal. For me, it's A2 and A3 here for Apothecary, going to be a really solid rare support hero. Then the one of the other additions, so one of the new ones is going to be Hiria, also in the High Elves. Hiria, the A1, attack 1 enemy, 25% chance of inflicting crit. Nothing really to write home about. There usually isn't on A1 unless it does something cool like a poison or a weaken. The A2, attack 1 enemy 3 times, and each hit has a 35% chance of placing a 5% poison for 2 turns. That's really good against like the clan boss and things that have a lot of HP. A 35% chance is pretty decent when you're attacking 3 times, and a 5% poison is the better version of your 2 options on poison, a 2.5 or a 5, and it lasts for 2 turns. So a really good hero versus the clan boss. Attack 1 enemy with 2 random allies. That's a pretty good ability that you can lower the cooldown on to 4 turns. So Hiria, I love heroes that are great versus the clan boss and heroes that you can get to lowering their cooldowns quickly. So Hiria checks both those boxes. A really solid rare to have in your arsenal. Another new one that I added is in the Undead Horde, and it is going to be Bone Knight. Undead Horde, Bone Knight. Alright, so Bone Knight, the A1 is going to be attack 1 enemy 2 times and has a chance to place a weaken. Weaken is a really good proc to have on your A1 because if you get that to land, weaken is a great effect to have on an A1. And then Ancient Seal, attack one enemy, 80% chance to place a 100% heal reduction for 2 turns. That's going to be really good in like the Spirit arena where the boss heals a lot. Bone Knight going to be good in a few different dungeons, and also because of this ability, it's a damage all. It doesn't seem to hit very hard. I will admit that the attacks all enemies. It doesn't seem to do a ton of damage, but hey, it is an all damager on a 4-turn cooldown that you can get to 3. And the big one here is it's an all damager that also buffs the crit rate of all your allies. So you can even throw this guy in the arena and give him some good speed so that he goes first. He does a damage all and then increases the crit rate of your entire party for that arena battle. So a bunch of different uses and just an all-around good rare to have in your champion arsenal. Another change that was added is Wretch, who I believe is also in the Undead Horde right here. Wretch A1, attack one enemy 2 times with a chance to place a 50% heal reduction debuff for 2 turns. Again, kind of the same story as the previous Bone Knight, going to be really good against healing, so you know can have use in the arena or for a boss like the Spirit Dungeon. The A2 is going to attack one enemy and heal this champion by 15% of the damage inflicted. So Wretch isn't gonna, necessarily need the vampire set, gonna be able to have some sustain and keep himself alive a little bit, and then attack one enemy and place an HP burn. HP burn is really good and it's kind of tough to get. Gonna be one of those abilities that's really good versus things like the clan boss, and we can get to the cooldown on that. We can get to the cooldown on this. Now, the thing with Wretch is the cooldowns are a little bit tough to get to. It's not until like the 4th option, so a little bit tough to get to, but I didn't want to leave this guy off because he does have some pretty good utility in multiple different spots. I believe that is all of the new. It was Wretch, Hiria, Apothecary, and Bone Knight. That was the 4 new ones that I added to the top 10. And again, this might change as the game kind of progresses, if buffs and nerfs to certain champions come along, or if new heroes get released. This is a very new game. We're all kind of learning as we go here, and I hope to evolve these lists and keep them as current and up to date as possible. Would love to hear what you guys think. Let me know down in the comments somebody that I left off that I should think about including, or somebody who's on that you don't really agree with. And just to wrap up, I'll actually throw this on the screen, and I'll have a link to this image in the video description. So Apothecary, Bellower, Bone Knight, Cold Heart, Executioner, Aethel, Hiria, Kale, Spirit Host, and Wretch are going to round out my top 10. I didn't go over all 10 because some of them I went over in the previous version of the 1.0 tier list, but just to really quickly, if this is your first video you're watching of mine or something, Cold Heart, really good versus the clan boss. Executioner is kind of the easiest rare to max out because of being farmable, and the area that you farm him in is pretty good XP and silver. So Executioner, very farmable, kind of campaign farmer that you can max out pretty easily. Spirit Host, same thing, is farmable in the campaign, and it provides a massive 50% increase attack, so it has a really good support ability that can be used in the arena and all sorts of different places. Kale, one of the best starting champions, really good versus the clan boss, really good all around, has good AoE, brings poison. Aethel, same thing, is the best starting character in my opinion, has a big weaken on the A1, and really good versus the clan boss, really good when you get the Giant Slayer Mastery late game, so she's worth 6-starring. And Bellower just has a ton of AoE, is void, so it's tough to get, similar to Cold Heart, but brings a lot of utility in campaign, arena, and spider dungeon. So kind of one that I didn't really feel comfortable with taking off the list so far. So yeah, that kind, I'm trying to think if I'm leaving anything out, but yeah, no. So let me know what you think down in the comments. Always enjoy hearing what other people think, and as always, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.